anyone have any questions about anything to do with anything?
Usually it takes like 5 minutes to warm up.
Anything to do with anything, not even cosplay. If you have a personal question or problem with your family, let us know.
Your problems don't need to come to the light, man. No one wants to know.
Feel free to pick someone. You.
Yeah, I always have difficulties picking out a cosplay act that will fit my body. Do you have any tips?
A cosplay or a cosplay act?
The outfit. So
The outfit,
yeah.
okay.
It depends. What are you cosplaying for? Just for fun, or for competitions, or for YouTube? What do you?
For fun, but it needs to look right. I mean, I can't fit in the same.
Do you make your costumes or buy them?
I make them.
Do you make them? Well, do you watch anime, movies,
Manga more.
manga? Then
Why do you think you can't fit in a Sailor Moon costume?
Well,
I don't. I think you're fine to fit in a Sailor Moon costume. I'll be honest.
yeah,
there's a lot of guys who look way worse than you, and they still do it. So
Yeah.
Jen and I were going to do Sailor Moon.
Nope.
We got them.
Neptune and
We got them. Put them on. Looked in the mirror and was like, no,
I mean, like,
no more.
I know Uranus is meant to be a guy basically, but I was like, I look like a man in a dress. No, I'm taking this off.
And I was like, the amount of times I sit like this.
There's us in these sailor scalp. It's like,
so yeah.
I don't know. I personally think if you wanted to do Sailor Moon costume, you'd look quite good as it, especially because you've got this going on. So guys would love it.
yeah,
Guys,
as long as you got
Any
that.
girls who've got this going on, it doesn't matter what costume you're wearing, they will love
that.
it. But it's just,
It's true.
it's very difficult with anime because everyone's so tiny and skinny. Everyone's really slender. There's no one who actually has a real body shape, which is why I like comic books, because all the girls are like boom, boom, which I'm quite lucky. I have boom, boom. So
That's why you get like comments if you have like a boob cosplay.
damn right you do.
That's the breast cosplay.
Yeah, it's the breast cosplay ever.
It's like Laura did a costume, and our friend, and she had her breasts out. So many people were taking pictures. They didn't know who she was, but her boobs were out.
But obviously, not everyone wants to get their boobs out, which is fine. But try and maybe look outside of anime and manga, because everyone in there is tiny and very unnaturally tiny much of the time. So maybe look at what you're tiny anyway. Look at the size of you. Why don't you eat?
I do eat. No.
She does eat like one
But,
bread
yeah,
every
just
day.
Cosplay whatever you want. You have to. Have you been cosplaying before?
Yeah, but it failed horribly.
What have you cosplayed before?
A Final Fantasy, an old school Final Fantasy character. The skirt was too short, so if I had to do my wig,
You can make it a little bit
You can make
longer,
it
that's
longer.
really not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not because in anime they wear this. You can make it that.
Yeah, you can.
That's
can
not
make
a
it
problem. You have to feel comfortable in it, so
You have to
don't
love
make it too
the
short.
character
Yeah,
you do.
the character you
That's
tend to look
really-
best in is the one that you actually like the most.
Yeah.
So some of the characters I've done I've looked good at but I did them for friends, so I don't like them.
Yeah.
But then there's other characters I've done who probably I don't look so good as, but because I love the character, I just don't care. I look in the mirror and go, yeah.
It's just about, that's what cosplay is, it's just acting, right? It's just
Yeah.
running around as a character. And as long
And
as
if you don't like the character, it will never work. It will never.
And get a group of people to do it
Yes,
with you.
and then you, like yesterday, our Avengers group, like half of us you wouldn't be able to tell who we were, but together
We didn't care.
we knew who we were, so we were just rolling around on the grass.
Yeah, you literally were
But
rolling around
it's
on the
because
grass.
Coulson was so amazing.
So, yeah.
yeah,
Does that answer it?
yeah.
What do you want, Shuki?
I want to ask actually, how do you guys figure out what kind of cosplay you want to cosplay? Like,
I tell people. You think I'm joking? I'm the one who tells everyone in my group what they do.
you get like, how many views do you have on DeviantArt? 1,200?
Me?
Million?
Over 1 million? I don't know, I've turned my views off, so I don't know how many, but
And
last
we
time I
just-
saw it was over 1 million.
And we just hit 50,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes people know what they want to do and they're like, Kelly, I want to do this. Okay, fine, go. Other times I'm just like, right, here's your link, you're doing this person, you're doing this person, and they just do it. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
Yeah, that's.
I'm doing this costume, so you're doing this one.
Yeah, I'm doing the main character. You can do that one. You can do that one. You can do that. It just works like that. I can't.
Generally, suggesting characters for your friends is quite good because they will look at a character and see something very different from what you will see when you look at them. So, especially with our group, Jen and I are really good at picking out the characters that each person will suit best, even if it's not the character they really had their eye on.
Especially if you look at like the parlay group, we always do the same sort of stock characters, like of who we do. There's always like the same sort of pattern.
I'm always the leader character.
Amala's always the black character.
Amala's always the black character, which is strange because she's black.
I don't know why. I keep dibs in that, and then I'm not allowed to do
It's quite
it.
good. She's like, I'll be this character, shall I? Nah. What, the only black character in the series? No,
Nah.
you can do this white person. Have fun. It's always useful when you have the one black character.
And if you pick characters like that, you get an amazing group with
Yeah.
amazing people. It's awesome.
My face. Sorry.
Sorry, Jen's face is falling off.
After that, go.
Well, my question was, if you don't really have a group of friends to cosplay with, what are your general points?
That's what you're at a convention for.
Yeah,
Look
you
for
find
people.
them. You find the groups because everyone clusters together in like their group.
Especially if you're there by yourself, the first thing you do is go, right, where are other people cosplaying the same
Where
thing as me?
are the
And then you just
Kingdom
kind
Hearts?
of follow them the whole day.
Yeah, you just follow them
Get
and
my
they'll
card,
become
woman.
friends eventually.
Yeah.
You can always check on the forums to see what groups there are. and
You have
see
a
if
you have a
fit
Dutch
in.
forum, right? What's it called?
Anyway,
I am on anime, but I don't really use it much.
Then you should use
Yeah,
a lot.
forums are usually a good place.
Yeah,
I
'cause
wouldn't
they-
say
depends on the
forum
convention.
too,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
don't really know much about
Like that. I met all of my cosplay friends just at conventions. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, when we went to
same with
Metricon, we made some of our best friends a girl. We now stay at her house every year when we go over there. We met her on the very first day of the convention just because we were cosplaying Kingdom Hearts. And she
we
knew
had
who we
no
were.
idea it happened, so we're like first Kingdom Hearts cosplayers.
First Kingdom Hearts people we see, we're going to attach to them and never leave them alone. And we didn't.
Nope.
4 years later, she still can't get rid of us. No, conventions are the best place to meet people. Oh, this bloody boot hates me. God damn it. Sorry. Don't mind me and my cosplay malfunction.
What are your favorite cosplays for each person and why?
blank stare is blank.
I don't actually know who I cosplay. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
My favourite one used to be Dark Link from Legend of Zelda, but it's not anymore, and I don't know who is.
Like we like being Nick and Ellis, but
Yeah,
not our
they're fun.
favourites.
They're just fun.
Have you guys ever cosplayed full body costume?
Dude, we're still working on that.
God, Shuki, calm down.
I think this one. I think this one is going to be my favourite once I get, because I've ordered sclera contacts for him, which cost me about €300 for the contacts.
They're the ones that cover the entire eye, so she will have solid black eyeballs.
With the red circles, I'll have gambit eyes. So I'm working on this one to be my favourite.
I don't know.
Mine is probably the one I was wearing, but it's over there now because it's killing me, so I have
Oh
to
yeah,
take
I've
it
seen
off.
you in it.
Yeah, so probably that one because it took me a lot of money, a lot of time, and I just really love the character.
Yeah,
So,
suits you great.
thank you. Well,
My Portal one at the moment is probably one of my favourite. I don't know if anyone saw me running around in the Portal costume last night. I'll wear it tonight as well, just because it's good fun. But oh my god, my legs! I'm on springs the whole time, so oh.
I tell you what, I like doing Loki just because last night literally I was in a jeans and t-shirt. I had the wig on there and people were like, Loki. I was like, I don't even have the cosplay on.
yeah, but the wig is awesome.
Yeah, it's just the wig. I'm like, wow.
And you're a little bit of a dick, which makes you a lot like Loki.
Like the Coulson we had yesterday, I killed him I don't know how many times in various situations.
We killed him and then we all lied down
Poor
on him.
guy.
He loved it.
He loved it. And then I married him, so it was fine.
What did you interrupt with, Shuki?
Yeah.
You forgot.
Get out.
Also, next one. Yes.
You're gonna have to
Yes,
leave.
I have a question regarding men's cosplay, because I've seen a lot of very magnificent women's cosplay which come out of animes, but there are not a lot of men's cosplays which suit a 6'1" guy like me, which is from anime.
Yeah.
Tall, skinny guys from anime? Are you kidding?
You are joking,
And
right?
no.
You are what we aspire to be.
Yeah. This is the
skinny
thing,
guys.
is guys like you would suit about probably 80% of anime cosplays,
Yes.
but there are so few guys like you that actually cosplay, so you basically have the world at your feet.
Yeah.
Have you seen the guy going around dressed as adult Aang today?
That's so
He looks fantastic because he is a guy, he is tall, he is skinny, and as much as
he's bald.
and he's shaved his head, and as much as girls can look great as guys, at the end of the day, most of the time, guys being guys always does look better because they have the right shape, the right face, and it's just stuff we can't help.
Yeah.
We still
So
look awesome,
basically,
but
you can do anything you want, except maybe girls.
Maybe
'cause-
small characters,
No.
no, but
I don't know, you could be a very tall, skinny girl if you wanted.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
But things like, Black Butler and things like that, Sebastian.
Oh,
all
God,
that,
yeah.
they're all- like, if you're a tall guy and you're doing that, women are going to be like, oh, Sebastian!
I mean, you're quite lucky as well because you have a very slender face.
Yeah.
So for anime, you have quite the perfect anime face because
Yeah.
your face comes down to a bit of a point instead of being a very square jawline, which is much better for really masculine characters like this.
And because you've got such short hair, you wouldn't have to wear a wig, Karen. You can just put the wig on. You've got everything, man.
So have you ever cosplayed before?
I've done a few science fiction cosplays before.
Oh, like what?
Star Trek.
Okay.
Sorry, not a sci-fi person. Yeah, who did you do?
Just some general uniforms.
Sorry, that makes me happy.
So if you like cosplaying that, just cosplay that. If you want to cosplay anime, cosplay
Or
anime.
like
You can do anything.
Marvel. Yeah, Marvel, the guys
Marvel.
are really tall.
There are a lot of tall, skinny
Hence
guys
why
in
I have
comic
to wear
books you can do.
these, because the guys are so tall in Marvel.
You have quite a big advantage.
Oh, show your arms. Come on, show them. See, he can do anything.
Go be free, go make costumes. For love.
Okay.
Hawkeye's already on my wish list. Hawkeye is already on my wish list.
Awesome.
Which version?
The movie version.
The movie version. Do the comic book version. He looks so gay.
Do the comic book.
That's very
I do love the movie.
You would also be very good as Loki just because of how tall you are.
Yeah.
There
So
was a
most
guy
other
that's
Avengers
from-
will look short next to you because Loki's meant to be an alien, so very, very tall.
Like there was
That would look good for
there
you
was
as
a
well.
male Loki at Metrocon, and
In
like
Florida.
and he was just wearing the suit one, whereas there were some girls in the proper armor. But because he was a guy and he was
And
tall,
he was very tall.
he had just an entourage of girls following him. Like Loki.
Girls are after him like,
Because he was a tall, slender guy cosplaying Loki.
you would look good as him as well.
Yes.
Hawkeye would also be good. You don't get enough Hawkeyes.
Never enough.
Yeah,
Hawkeyes.
never enough Hawkeyes.
Never enough.
Train those arms though. You need like these arms.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
the buffer a guy is, the more attention they seem to get at conventions.
Yeah, but
yeah, true.
What's that? Yeah, but
Once you have the muscles, you can't do the slender guy thing.
Yeah, that's true. You lose the slender
it's
edge.
true. But he can do. He can.
You can
keep
do a lot of
doing
things,
Hawkeye.
really.
Or Dante from Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, you do
So
that.
continuing.
Sorry, we're just so focused.
although
like-
saying that, you don't have to be a tall guy. There's one guy in the UK who's about the same height as me, which is 5'5". However, he's about this wide with muscles, and we saw him. You know, when we went to Expo and we were in the bar, and there was he did Wolverine.
Right, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I know.
he does Wolverine. He's done Bane as well, and because he's so goddamn big and spends so long in the gym, everyone's just like. Because he genuinely looks like he could crush you with
he
his
walked in as
thighs.
Wolverine.
Yes.
He walked in as Wolverine, just in like jeans and a white shirt, and he just walked up to the bar. You're like, oh my god.
So you don't have to be a tall, skinny guy, but generally, if you've got either tall, skinny, or short with muscles, you're good. Everyone will love you. I'm neither.
Go for it.
Yes.
I was wondering if you were ever thinking about cosplaying Charles and Eric.
I have an Eric cosplay now. I just didn't bring him with me.
She's trying to force me.
Eric is awesome.
I've got my first
love
class uniform now, and I've got my Magneto helmet.
Are you gonna do Charles?
She's trying to make me do it.
Charles.
Yeah.
Fake Charles.
Maybe. She's trying to force me to it. Maybe.
But you can sit in a wheelchair all day long.
That's the point. We do have a wheelchair.
I do have a wheelchair.
You should do it.
Then I can push you around all day. Or I can have and I can push you pretend I'm Magnus.
Just actually put magnets in your hands.
Let's go for a ride, Charles. No, I was going to bring him to this convention, and I'm probably doing it right now. But
Sit my back. I'm really warm.
But yeah, he was too warm. He's a one suit like this, and he's like the organisation coats on the inside.
Oh, God.
But it's up to the neck, and I would have
Died.
But yeah, I finally got the helmet for him. I'm so excited.
was your first con?
That was our first. What was our first?
First convention. Oh, mine was Abunaicon like 5 years ago,
Abunaicon.
6 years ago. It was awesome because it's Abunaicon. So.
Yeah, because this is our first.
Seriously? How do you like it?
Really like it.
That's awesome, isn't it? You should come back every year.
You get the con bug.
Yeah, you get addicted to them very easily. Our first one was one called Abunaicon in the UK about 5 years ago now.
4 years.
4 years ago now, and it was a bit insane because our conventions in the UK aren't just Japanese and Eastern oriented. We just do anything. There will be some that are strongly Japanese but not very strictly, so there's always movies and TV shows and video games going around, so we did a load of random stuff. We did Legend of Zelda, didn't we? I met 2 of our best friends because they were also doing Legend of Zelda.
I'm still thinking about Cherik. I'm really.
You carry on with that. And my biggest memory of it was being up at about 5 in the morning with our friend Laura because we couldn't sleep because there was 4 of us in this tiny, tiny little room. So we went and sat in the kitchen with my phone watching Spider-Man 3.
That bloody video.
It was the only movie I had on my phone. I may have watched Spider-Man 3 about 8,000 times.
Okay.
And as we were doing it, we were spying on someone in the room across the courtyard while they were cooking. And that's my best memory from that entire convention.
And the bus going backwards down the
And a
hill. We
bus
were like,
rolling backwards down a hill. That
we're
was
like,
awesome.
"Is
We were all just sat waiting to get a sandwich, and all of a sudden,
and everyone was like, "You're seeing this, yeah?"
Yeah,
and some guy running after it.
Why don't we have that stuff in Netherlands?
Because you have no hills.
No hill.
No hills. Where are your hills? I can't get over it.
Face.
Oh, it's fine. Leave your face alone. I still can't get over it. There are no hills here. It's amazing. I live in a valley, so I have hills everywhere. Are you better? Stop it. She sat here going, cosplay Charles. Cosplay Charles.
Question. When it comes to bodysuits, do you have any pointers, any styling addresses?
Bodysuits for girls or bodysuits for dudes?
What, like this sort of bodysuit?
Yeah, for girls.
That's Kelly.
Usually because originally I wasn't so happy with my body shape because I felt like I was too big at the middle. It doesn't bother me so much now because I don't give a shit. But I used to wear corsets underneath them and then get underneath this one. You can't really see it very well, but I've also got like a skin colour suit underneath, which is meant to be a body control suit to hold in sort of the fat bits essentially. And I used to wear that over the top so you couldn't see the corset so well, just so that for comic book characters I had the hourglass shape. Now I'm not so bothered because I've lost a little bit of weight since then and I kind of just don't care anymore. She tells me I'm beautiful enough, so I believe it.
And that's all that matters.
But it depends. You can make your own bodysuits if you feel like it. This sort of material, I'm sure you guys know, isn't the easiest stuff to sew. So I've tried it before and it didn't go so well, so I always buy mine off eBay. This was literally, I found an eBay seller that did different designs of suits and I sent him a picture saying, can you make this? And this was what came back. He now sells it on eBay just as a standard design, so obviously it was quite good.
And this is 2 tops.
And this is just 2
Yeah,
shirts.
bodysuits are not easy to make at all. I bought all of mine on eBay.
It's the
as well.
stretch for it, unless you can do the right sort of stitches. Even zigzag stitch won't work very well with some stretch.
No, not at all.
But there's a lot of places on eBay now that does sell them, especially Japanese websites that will take all your measurements and make it for your size.
For what is it? What are you planning?
Yeah, what costume?
It's for a video game, but it's not the most well-known thing, and it's actually an indie game from someone from Canada and someone from the US. It's called Aquaria.
Okay.
I'm sure that rings any bells, but
The only thing with doing things like this, especially like this costume where I don't have a jacket on at the moment, so pretty much I'm naked with some spandex over me. You have to be very comfortable with your body and also accept that some guys are going to stare, some girls are going to stare as well, and some people might make comments. I'm sure I've had a few of them, so as long as you're happy with how you look, it's not a problem, but you have to be aware that with stuff like this, people will look at you. Whether in a good way or a bad way, people are going to look at you because you are basically not wearing anything, but at the same time are wearing a lot. So, but it's definitely easier to buy them. Are you alright?
Yeah, definitely easy to buy.
What are you doing?
Ah!
Okay. So my,
Disassembling.
1 second, we're going to have an interlude for Jen stripping, apparently.
I'm glad I didn't bring Eric.
Come
I'm
in!
dying.
Oh
my god!
Where are the spare seats? There's a line of spare seats here, I think, if you want to sit down.
Jesus.
You better?
There's some
I remember the question now.
Oh, you remember your question now? Okay.
An hour later.
Good job. Your brain is working
Yeah,
well.
that goes for all of you. But what's have you guys ever had like full body costume, like my sort of costume? Have you been furries?
full body as a...
No, not
I haven't.
furries, but like
Yeah, I have a full body right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just take my half
I
body.
don't get it. Explain.
take like Alphonse from
Armor like.
yeah, armor lights
I've got a
That's the biggest
stormtrooper.
part of armor I ever made. So.
yeah, okay.
I have a stormtrooper. I have a clone trooper.
You did Pesh.
I did Pesh from Bleach, the guy who has the ant face. I don't know how well you guys know it. That was fun. Yeah, a bit of a tip. Anyone who's making helmets, if you're going to use plaster bandages, bear in mind that it shrinks.
Yeah.
Because I decided to make mine directly. Yeah, plaster of Paris. God. Does anyone know what I'm on about? Plaster of Paris? No? Mod rock.
Move on.
The stuff that you put into water and then it goes harder.
Okay. Yeah.
What is it in Dutch? Okay, this one. Two things about it. One, it does heat up, and two, it shrinks as it dries. So I was making this directly onto my head. It gets hot and it dries smaller, so getting it off my head afterwards was a little bit difficult. And I have my mum who very kindly decided, haha, this is very funny, and took a picture of me with my head covered in plaster, which is now stuck on my bedroom door for everyone to see. So be careful with stuff like that. No, my sister does fursuits though. I'm sure you've seen it. My sister's really big with her mascot suits, so she's quite good in them, because I wear something like this and I'm already boiling at the moment. My sister...
I really don't get how she does
My
that.
sister dances on stage. She does her own dance routines in the fursuit. She's won like 2 or 3 contests doing it now. So she will wear a full Red 13 fursuit and be doing, dubstep sort of music dancing.
What?
I think
Dubstep. Skrillex, yeah.
the only one that's been not hot, like the most difficult I've worn, I would say, was Nightcrawler, because I was
That was essentially a full bodysuit.
Yeah, it was literally like, if you imagine with this polo neck, so from there downwards I was sewn in. I had to be sewn in the day. My hands are like this in the gloves. I was on heels, but the heel was cut off and it was a 5-inch heel, so I was on
So
my
her
tiptoes.
foot was like that all day.
I was on my tiptoes. I had a tail coming out. I was in full spandex like this up to my neck. Then I had my blue face paint on, yellow contacts, fake teeth in, fake ears on, and a wig. And I was just walking around like that all day. Like, and they were like, "We're gonna go do a photo shoot. We're gonna go walking this way." I was like, "Right, let's do this."
Walk halfway across the convention, over the dirt, down the slopes.
And I was like, I can't.
That was fun. No, I don't think you guys don't do full suits either. Good. So none of us have to get as sweaty as you do. This guy's the cookie monster who goes around, for anyone who doesn't know. I like how everyone goes, I know who he is.
Nobody knows.
But he's turned this way.
Yeah, that's who this guy is.
Okay.
That's this guy.
I didn't even do that.
Well, now you know. This is Shuki Monster. Yeah. Yes.
First, Kelly cosplay Charles.
Oh, for God's sake. I'll think about it.
And my question is, how do you adapt your character's behavior? Because I think it's always hard for me to behave like them. Because if I look at a video, I know that that's how he behaves and that's how he's like. But if I have to do it on command, it's I don't get it. I
think it's just confidence. If you're not a very confident actor, you find it hard because you think people will think you're being stupid. That's how I used to feel. I would act characters as myself, so I would just make myself that character because I wasn't confident to be silly. And then doing stuff like when I did Vexen, and I thought, I hate this character anyway, who cares if I look stupid? So I made him stupid and everyone loved it. And from then on I just haven't cared so much. So it's just an issue of being confident. Jen, with doing Nick from Left 4 Dead, downloaded all of his voice clips and used to listen to them while going to sleep, so that she could figure out his voice and how he spoke and the things he said. So I don't know.
It's kind of hard for anime characters especially because, well, some of them use magic and we don't use magic.
I do.
My character.
We do. Except
that's a British
English people have magic.
We're wizards and we do have magic.
People who have Terry Pratchett.
And Harry Potter. We are just natural magic.
Yeah, but you know, it's hard to do so because you're not that character. You can act like the character, and you can try to act like the character, but you're never that character.
I am Gambit, right?
Yeah. Come on, throw the cards. Come on, do it.
I don't have any
She was actually throwing cards in the bedroom. She was
Really?
sat on one side of the room just going.
And then I forgot to go pick them all up, and I was like,
Yeah.
ah.
But if I have to be my character right now, I wouldn't talk and I would just be like this all the time. That's not fun, is
Yes.
it?
So you have to be careful as well if you act like an angry or evil or whatever
Or a
character,
dick,
and
yeah.
people don't know the series, they will not understand you. And they-
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that's why I have the problem with Nick.
So-
Like so many people, when I'm just like calling them names up, I'm worried they think I'm just a dick. It's like I'm really sorry.
Right? If you act too much like an evil character, they're like, I don't like that person. Because
Yeah.
they're acting like bastards.
Yeah, you have to very much define when you're in character and when
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very.
And especially when you're on the convention floor. I've seen people, some people act out their character when they're a bad guy for all the convention long, and it becomes really creepy.
Oh man.
One of the good things we learned, especially because we've just started doing live action RP, one of the things we've learned is using voices for your characters is a really good way for people to know when you're in character and when you're not. So with our live action RP, the section of the RP we're in is based on Germany. So a lot of the guys choose to speak in German accents. So it's really, really easy to know when they're being in character because they are all talking like this, yeah?
Yeah.
And then suddenly they'll be going, okay, I'm going to do this on you, yeah? Do you know what that is? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And so you know straight away that when they're in character and when they're not. So if your character does have a specific voice, try and imitate it. And then when you switch back to your normal voice, they'll know that you're not being the character anymore.
Voices are.
And sometimes try and make your character a bit stupider than they really are because that's always a bit fun.
Yeah, that's just fun.
I agree.
You're the Cookie Monster. It doesn't get stupid.
You can't get much stupider really. But you have everything. There is nothing but Cookie Monster.
I just looked over at you and I left. It's like, I want the tiny man.
Sorry.
You can still see it. It's only because the table cuts it off.
Yeah, and the table cuts off the rest of
You
your
want me, you
legs.
seriously want me to stand, but okay, go.
The question is, I have a cosplay in mind to do, but it uses partially suit things. Like, would you recommend making, like, for example, Sebastian, I don't know, if you want to make it yourself, would you recommend buying parts in stores, or would you recommend going from scratch?
Well, we always start from scratch. I'm not sure about you guys, but we always start from scratch because we're used to it like that. And
I did Sebastian and I used a pre-made one.
yeah,
Because
But
like
it's
things
really
like
what you
this,
wanna
you
do.
can't buy it, so you have to make it. But I know for me, I was like, I probably could make a suit, but I can't be
Time
bothered. And the amount of money it would take to make it would end up being the same as buying one, so I just couldn't be bothered.
you've made costumes before.
I've made costumes before, and well, I've grown out of most of them, so I'm not really in costume. I only have my demics bit.
Just try over. If you want to start from scratch, start from scratch. But
You
With
just
something
have
like
to make
Sebastian,
sure
even
you
make
have
parts
good
of it.
patterns
Yeah.
to use.
Well, it's for an original character, so it's not like you can just buy it.
If it's a suit, I mean, if it wears a shirt underneath, don't bother making the shirt because
Nah,
it's so
just buy
cheap to
the
buy
shirt.
one. So just buy that.
Shirt
But then
and
if it has a
pants
special
or-
jacket, make the jacket.
usually, if we do cosplays, we buy the pants because pants
there's
are
no point making
horrible
them.
to me.
I didn't buy the red, of course. Just adjusted
If you're
it.
going to have your phone ring, at least have a good ringtone.
I
At least these guys down here had like Mario.
Sorry, get out.
okay.
You're just an embarrassment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Second-hand stores are fantastic.
I love second-hand stores.
Great.
Yeah.
Kids stuff.
Children's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. Second-hand shops are amazing.
You never know what
you
you're
wanna
gonna
go.
find there.
And you
might
can always
find,
cut
like
them
a
open.
perfect dress thing or a skirt to wear under another skirt. And then
Or you cut them open for the pattern.
Yeah,
like you
you
said
you
about
can,
putting trousers
you can
up.
do all that kind of stuff. If you're really
What are
lucky, you
those
can
guys
find
doing?
Bye,
a
medical
Sebastian
guys. They are great costumes.
Oh, just steal my joke, man.
Okay.
Stole my
Cora.
joke.
First of all, sorry, my English is very bad. But have you ever had a cosplay where you were like oh my gosh, this is impossible to make, and
Have you seen what I had on my? Wait, I'll show it to you. I'll
I
show
just
it
walked
to you.
in, sorry.
Seriously, your English is perfect.
Your English is good.
I had this on my shoulders today. You know how hard it is to make something like this? I was like, when I saw it, I was like, fuck no, I'm not making that, and I still did. So, to answer your question, yes, I did.
Yeah. I made, has anyone played Bioshock 2?
Yeah.
Big Sister from Bioshock 2?
Oh.
I did one of the versions of that. There's a model version of her where she has her head out because I like her face, and I had to sew leather, which wasn't fun, and make a leather corset and all these things, so that wasn't good.
I'm currently making Loki from the Avengers, and I thought it was gonna be really easy, well not easy, but then I saw all the detail. The detail he has on that costume is insane. So try and
It's
look
often
for
jealousy as well.
Jealousy. I was just gonna say.
The
jealousy.
loudest people to speak out against other people's costumes are the most jealous ones. Because they're the ones who make the biggest fuss over other people's costumes as if they're jealous.
Hence why 4chan is anonymous.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true.
I'm dying. Any other questions? What's the time? Do we know?
We still have like.
Oh look, it's 5 to 1.
Yeah, so it's we still have 5 minutes, so 1 or 2 more questions. Cora.
Sorry. Do you have any other advice for color lenses aside from the
Zeg het.
In Nederlands?
Normal standards. Yeah. For what? For cosplay?